Welcome back to the Awkward Tapes. This is episode 19. We have just a couple minutes ago seen something that would really help a lot of people out. So I'm just going to share that with us.
This would revolutionize my snacking. I would love this so much.
Everyone's, honestly.
So I was just scrolling through Instagram real quick while we were waiting, and I came across this post. It's not super popular, only has about 3,000 likes. And it has those Pringles, to where you're at the bottom and you have to reach your whole arm inside to get the chips, and then shows the bottom of deodorant, and you know how it has the twisty thing when you're getting low. Yeah. And it's what if we put that on the Pringles? Yep. So that way when the Pringles gets low, the chips come to you and you don't have to shove your whole arm in there.
I love it.
I want it so bad because that's easily the worst part of Pringles is you have to get your arm stuck.
And I'm surprised they haven't thought of that.
Well, it'd be more expensive to include that.
Yeah, true.
Probably makes, fat people work harder to get their food so that they burn more calories.
Dude, I can't eat Pringles the same anymore.
Why?
I haven't had them in
They
years.
just taste so, fake.
Processed.
They do taste fake. I still love the sour cream and onion ones.
Yeah.
I don't eat any of the others, but for some reason, just that one flavor, it still hits home for me.
Leighton eats cheese out of a can.
Really?
Cheese out of a can.
Yeah, don't you?
Where do you get your cheese?
Oh, I could be wrong.
Canned cheese.
I never.
You mean
but
you
you're
ever heard
just
of
kidding.
Whiz?
The Cheese Whiz stuff?
Oh,
Do you like
stuff.
that?
I don't
No,
know.
because you don't like the fake cheese from
Yeah,
Sonic, so you wouldn't like that.
Yeah, actually, I don't really like Sonic
cheese.
Yeah, Sonic cheese.
Also, fun fact, I've been wearing the same shirt for 3 weeks now, so you're welcome.
Oh, wow.
Not really
Oh.
3 weeks. Three
Which-
episodes.
Three
Which is
episodes,
actually my shirt.
Yeah, it's actually your
Yeah,
shirt.
he's been wearing
2 days
Schmev's
straight.
shirt.
After
for 3
the
weeks.
airsoft fiasco, which to me was just yesterday, but to y'all was 3 weeks ago. I got all sweaty and had to borrow a shirt.
Yeah. And by the way, I think we mentioned this a couple episodes ago. We're in a different room because there's construction going on near our normal room.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll be back there next episode.
Yes.
But for now, it doesn't look bad.
No.
Nice little
actually
window right here.
very similar.
Shining on Zach's bald head.
Exactly.
And we need a curtain.
Well,
We do?
that divider actually is a different shade than the other, but it's
Yeah.
in the same place.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning back in. This is episode 19 of the Awkward Tapes, and prepare yourself for a session of awkwardness.
and we're back with Presley thoughts. Number
right.
one. Number one.
Okay.
Jumping in.
Let's do this.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
True fact. At one point in history,
Yep.
people wiped with corn cobs.
Yeah. Oh, nope.
Wait.
Nope. I'm not going to be able to eat corn anymore.
You know what the funniest part about that is? That's extremely true. There's
Not
no...
the corn cob, the leaves or the
Oh,
layers.
The husks?
Okay.
The husks.
But-
the way you
Thank
said
you.
that was
Different from the
very
cob
misleading.
of the
But
corn.
That was
it's funny
very
to think
misleading.
about someone
But-
just using a corn cob.
Yeah, let's not.
I
No,
don't wanna think
That's
about
not
that.
the kind of butter I want on my corn. No thanks.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Why would you go there?
You're the one who's saying people widen their butts with corn cobs.
You took it farther.
Next thought, please.
Number
Well,
two.
I just ruined corn for everyone.
Wait, I have a question. Hold on. So, would they take, you take the little stuff off the cob or
The
whatever?
husks.
Would they, store that somewhere?
Probably hold on to it like
Yeah.
we do toilet paper.
Yeah. What-
They
they
have
put-
they have the cob as the holder, and the rolls are the husks.
That's kind of amazing.
That would be hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, that's
All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Wow. All right, number two. You can only breathe out of one nostril at a time.
Nope.
Is that true?
No, because now all of you are doing it.
Okay, yeah.
How can you do that on command?
Zach,
And you at home or wherever you're listening, just did it too.
You
Take a
can
deep
breathe
breath.
out of
What
both.
do you?
What am I?
One nostril at a
human.
time? You got to do it at both. It's impossible to do one unless you do this.
Dude, I have been stopped up my entire life, and trust
Yeah.
me,
yeah, what do you mean it's impossible to do just one? It's not impossible.
if you got one that's
I mean,
stopped up,
you can't do it without
Your
Holding
body,
your
physically
nose.
changing.
your body literally alternates which nostril.
you're saying it does.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't believe
Like,
that.
well,
Well-
if you ever notice when you're sick, like sure, it might be which side you might be sleeping on, but whichever side is stopped up, it switches.
What I've heard is that it shifts to one side or the other side, but it doesn't like completely block it off.
Yeah.
Just one's the dominant
I
one.
was gonna say it is true that one of your nostrils always has more air coming out of it than the other.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so Noah, I'm gonna need you to get in contact with the local ENT and figure out if this is true or not.
Hey, 911, I got a question.
No, ENT, ear, nose, throat doctor.
Ant.
Oh,
To be fair,
I see
I heard
where I
EMT
went wrong.
as
I heard
well.
EMT.
I heard that as
N
well.
as in no. I do not believe you.
As in number 3.
No,
As in
Number 3.
number 3.
It just makes me so uncomfortable.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why why do you think I
What
do
is
it?
the name of our podcast?
The uncomfortable
Uncomfortable.
tape.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
The spin-off. Yeah.
The spinoff.
Randomly hearing your favorite song on the radio is more satisfying than playing it directly from your phone.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
agree with that.
If I
just got
ever
loud.
happen to listen to the radio, sure.
Yeah, I don't listen
Yeah.
to the radio, but whenever I've been forced to for whatever reason, my phone dies or whatever.
I guess like if you walk into a store, if you go into a mall, or you go
Yeah.
somewhere and it's playing in the background, then you're like, oh yeah, they're playing that song I like.
Does anybody actually listen to the radio anymore?
Dude,
Oh, I do.
Ever
I do.
since I was able to have a Bluetooth in my car, have not.
Yeah,
The only-
Oh, I
The-
listen to the radio. I listen to like talk shows and stuff.
that's
That's-
different.
Yeah,
different.
I listen
Although
to
it's
the
on the
radio.
I listen
It
to the.
is, but
I listen to the radio when there's a sports game on and I'm not able to watch it. Like if I'm driving
Yeah.
back
Yes.
Okay.
to
But not
school
like-
and I want to listen to the basketball game or something, I'll turn that on.
You know, I've been told that the reason there's music on the radio is because it was just commercials originally, and no one would listen to it, so they start putting songs.
I think
between
that
them.
is true. Yeah.
Just seems totally backwards to me.
Yeah, if it's music, I would never like listen to the radio for the sake of music. But if it's something else, I might.
Which
Here's. Oh wait, you were gonna say?
I was just like, do you think the radio will just be gone, like at any time soon?
No, it won't be gone because I feel like radio is still very useful as far as like
I mean,
maybe
yes.
not entertainment purposes, but we use radios for like walkie-talkies and stuff like that, like radio waves.
I think a lot of the radio stations, I think a lot of them would be like gone. Like obviously you would use like the same frequencies or whatever, but the actual stations, if it wasn't in your cars, like I think they'd be gone because
Yeah.
no one would carry around like just a radio anymore. I mean, you
Yeah.
can get it on your phone, but how often do you ever do that?
there's
you
going to
know?
be technological advancements. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just going to happen. We're going to move on to whatever's the newest and the best. I mean,
That's fair.
I kind of feel like it's going to be Apple with the headphone jack thing. Like one day, a car manufacturer is not going to put in AM/FM radio, and then everyone's going to do it.
that will be the
yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
People just put it in just because I guess it's probably not that expensive.
It's
Well,
probably not. It's
but
probably
they just throw it in because everyone else does it.
and then you can charge however much more because we come with bells and whistles. See, like you can plug it in here.
I don't know. Me
Serious
working
exam.
at car audio, like the little amount of money they'd save from not putting in a radio would be like almost not worth taking it out just for having the feature. Like all it takes is a wire ran to an antenna and ran into the back of your radio. Now, if maybe say radio manufacturers quit doing that, like aftermarket, then yeah, sure. But
Yeah.
No, that's why I
can see
agree with
that.
you. That's why I brought up when we get to some sort of new technology because I don't think radios will be taken out necessarily because of cost stuff. I think
Yeah.
it will eventually be taken out because they're going to put in something else there that's going to be more beneficial, or it's just going to seem like the
stronger,
brand new
sure.
thing.
Signal or something.
kind of like how they tried to do with Sirius XM.
Kind of, yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that? Paying for radio signals?
I used a free trial. I used to listen to like Sway in the morning and stuff. That was all right.
Eh.
But also fun fact, we were talking about radio station, how that came about. Shout out to Grace, our friend Grace. Do you know where soap operas got its name?
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, shout out Grace.
Like, why do they call soap operas soap operas? If you
I
had to
don't know,
think about
Zach.
it.
Why?
Because if I'm not mistaken here, Grace, I could be getting this wrong. Don't judge me.
Judge
In
him.
the Great Depression, the only thing that kept like soap operas alive were soap companies that actually endorsed them and actually paid to have their soap on the air with the soap operas. And so they named it after soap because it kept it alive during the Great Depression and kept it going.
So it was just called like the opera, right? Like just
Yeah,
an opera, and then they switched over to soap opera, or what?
Yeah, because soap operas are essentially those really cringy, like
Yeah.
super overdramatic TV shows.
Right.
So yeah, soap operas.
Cool.
I thought it was like standing on a soapbox kind of thing, but nope.
Dude.
Soap companies.
Little known fact about me: I love soap operas.
Oh,
You're
I know.
kidding me.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I can't stand.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah, I knew
believe
that was-
that.
no
Let's
one
say.
likes
I
This changes everything.
I like making fun of. I would love to turn a soap opera on, put it on mute, and just do the dialogue. I think that'd be hilarious.
Oh, like
should do
the
that.
bad lip reading videos?
yeah, like.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You killed my husband. We need to kiss now, like right now. You know what I mean? That'd be funny.
That sounds very romantic. I'm kind of into
Does,
that.
yeah.
I want to watch that.
So,
What's your next one, Presley?
Number
4.
I was lose track.
So, theme parks can snap a crystal clear picture of you on a roller coaster at 70 miles per hour, but a bank camera can't get a clear shot of a robber standing still.
Wow.
Same thing with the Walmart parking lot. Have you ever seen footage from those cameras?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like when cameras were first invented.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
true. I like that.
I that's one thing that I never understood.
You
I'm
think
sure,
for security reasons, but
I'm sure there's some sort of reason for that being the case, because I don't know why Walmart would want to purposely have crappy cameras. But it still has never made sense to me that they're so horrible quality. I never got it.
the amount of people that or things that are stolen from Walmart in a year, you'd think they would have better cameras to catch them, but no, they don't.
Well, see, I don't know what would be more expensive, just to take the loss
That
for
might
the
be it.
lost merchandise, or buy a super high quality security system.
Well, then they just shouldn't have cameras altogether. Like, it gets to a point to where it's
They're
useless.
probably
Like,
required to have some.
you can't even identify the person. You can. They're just like maybe what they were wearing, but you can't tell facial features or anything else.
And plus,
feel rough
depending
draft.
on the Walmart, if I'm not mistaken, there are certain rules. Like you have a loss prevention staff, and it's separate from your Walmart staff technically, because different laws apply to the loss prevention. Because they're allowed to intervene when someone tries to steal something, whereas some Walmarts say don't have that kind of staff there,
Well,
and they're not allowed to try to stop them because it's a safety issue.
Well, when Shmev and I worked at this grocery store, that's what they told us. Was like, if we see somebody steal something, don't go
Yeah.
after them. Don't confront them. Don't do anything.
Yeah, 'cause then it
Yeah.
could turn violent. Because what if they have a knife, or what if
And
they
then
go
that turns
crazy
into
or
a
something?
lawsuit, and then that's going to be way more expensive than the pack of gum.
I
That's sold.
started
Well,
to
either
one
or-
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I do.
You what?
Yeah,
this
there
was
was
before they had the cameras, which
Yeah.
to me,
so
why
dumb.
not?
So dumb. They didn't have any outside cameras. So I was standing, I was supervisor, and so I was kind of just standing near the registers. I can't remember what I was doing, but I had my eye on this guy, and he just looked suspicious. And he was over at the deli. He was looking at like this like chicken that they would sell. He was just looking there. He had his hood up, his hands in his pockets, and I looked away for a split second. I turned back around, and this guy was just booking it towards the door. And I could obviously see there was just chicken in his hand, and I saw that, and I said, "Hey, sir!" He booked it. I ran after him, and by the time I turned the corner, he had gotten on his bike, and he was gone. I couldn't do anything. There was this old man in a truck. I said, "Did you see someone with a pack of chicken running away?" And he's like, he said, "I don't have anything to do with it. I don't know where he went. He took off that way." And yeah,
I thought you were accusing him.
He's like, I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Like,
Do you see any chicken on me, man?
Yeah.
I didn't think you did.
Also, you gotta ask yourself why is it that he's having to steal chicken? You know.
Well,
Okay,
you got to
no-
ask yourself, why did he dress like a robber?
All right.
Not always. I was gonna say, I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast before, but I've brought this up before. You remember Ellie Schmev will know the name Jameis Winston, correct? Yeah,
my
he's
gosh,
a
yes.
football player, quarterback, and while he was in college, he was the #1 recruit in the nation, or at least he went #1 overall in the draft.
Yeah.
He played for Florida State University. When he was in college, like the man's doing fine for himself. He was expected to go #1 overall in the draft, and he did. The man walked into a grocery store. He was looking around. He's like, "Oh, here's some crab or something like that." And he was like, "Oh, this looks nice." He just walked out. didn't even try to pay, didn't
What-
attempt to do anything. He didn't even run either. He just walked up, got crabbed, just walked out. Like, oh yeah, this is a normal thing. I'm famous now or whatever. Like, I can just go ahead and do this. I remember watching that on ESPN and just being like, what? He
Like,
didn't even try to hide it.
How careless could you be?
Yeah, I know. He's just like, oh, crab sounds good. I don't need to pay for this. I'm just going to walk out.
Pay the $12.
Right.
Yeah. You know how
Like you're
much
about
that-
to go to the NFL and
Yeah.
get millions. Like you can afford a $12 crab.
Also, like why would you, for one, dress like a robber with your hoodie on? You're trying to be discreet.
Yeah.
Wait till nobody's looking. Like that
What-
chicken was literally $5.
Whenever you think of how a robber looks when they're trying
Yeah.
to steal us, it was exactly that. That's why I was suspicious.
If you were to do that, you have to, one, look like you know what you're doing, and don't act suspicious, and two, don't dress like it.
Which that store, so many people would steal stuff.
Just because
Well, I
they knew
mean,
they could.
Yeah.
Even though it's obvious at the same point, like if they have on the hood, like if you can't see their face, then oh well, he acted suspicious.
He
but
was trying to hide from the cameras that
Yeah.
they didn't have. He didn't have. Wow.
Number 5.
Good Lord.
Do y'all want me to stop doing that?
Chills down my body when you do that.
I would rather have Presley do that than you over-explain.
Here,
You know what?
What's wrong with it?
I would concur.
Thank
What's
you.
wrong with it? I
Let me-
just want to know.
You're schmevsplaining?
It's
I'm
just
passing on.
funny.
Well, what's Leighton loves it.
I freaking love it.
It's because you have a good
hilarious.
sense of humor.
Yeah.
All right,
thank
so
you.
eyelashes. It's the tiny hair
Okay.
follicles on the eyelid that do nothing but are there supposedly because of
they have a purpose.
See, you can't
They have
even
a
do it,
purpose.
so don't even talk.
It's
That's
like-
why we need explaining.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
you
honestly
need it.
blank.
You just
It's because
Zach,
of
you
dust.
just gave Schmev
Noah-
a reason to Schmevsplain. You just I'm taking back the fist bump.
Here.
Can you give it to me,
That was
Evan? I love you.
Evan. He's gone to the dark side. Noah,
go.
save me.
Here, I'll do it in a different voice. Number 5.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's much better.
Oh, this is not true in my case, but as a kid, my parents taught me not to believe everything I see on TV. Now I have to teach them to not believe everything they see on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't
That's
that
funny.
the
Which is-
freaking truth?
Mine aren't bad about that, but I think that does apply to a lot of
A
people.
lot.
I think it
Yeah.
applies to a lot of people. Yeah.
Have you seen the post where it's like if you like this, that means you love Jesus, but if you swipe,
Oh
it
my
means you
God.
love the
That's
devil.
so dumb.
I hate those.
I'm not gonna like it, and I still love Jesus.
And
So
like-
suck it.
And then there's some of the more serious ones that our generation does. Like, I want to see if everyone reads through this entire paragraph, and when you get to the end, it's like share and repeat. I'm not doing that.
no.
I read all of this. I
Right.
don't. I'm not getting. No.
It's
I already
not-
regret
so
that I
dumb.
read this far.
It's
Why
not-
do I need to prove anything to you?
It's not even the public
Just because you
post.
posted something on social
No,
media.
it's when they send it to you directly, and then they can see that
Oh, well,
you've
that's bad
seen it.
too. I just meant when you see it on their social media. It's like, I read this, but I'm not responding because I could care less. I could not care less.
There you go.
There it is.
There you
Sorry.
go.
I find it funny when they make it emotional, like, unless you want 10 adorable kittens to die this year, you will share this post.
Yeah, I cannot stand those. But like what Leighton brought up with the if you care about Jesus or if you want to save the world, make
Yeah.
sure that you like and share this or whatever. I
don't
hate
like
those
that,
so
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I'm just like
I don't know why.
Why?
I just don't.
I
I
don't.
was like, no.
It's so backwards and dumb. Just
Zach is stacking empty water bottles.
I like how
on the
intense
podcast
Zach's face is
now.
right now.
His mouth is not open. He's not intense. Okay,
You
never
see,
mind.
he's not gonna get it until his mouth is wide
Wide
open.
open.
The only
What is wrong?
He just chucked it across the room.
Okay.
I tried so hard.
This is again, I'll say it every time. This is why I don't trust bald people.
That's fair.
Man,
You ever noticed? Oh, sorry. Number
there you
6.
go. I like that a lot better.
That's great.
If I get up 10 minutes earlier than usual, I treat it like an extra 2 hours and end up late for something.
Why?
Yeah.
You ever done
actually,
that?
Yeah.
a lot of people
I know
do
what
that.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've
You
done
know
that.
like
I mean?
an extra 2
like
hours.
you get up earlier and you're like, oh, I've got plenty of time. I don't have to rush. I don't have to do anything. And you end up late. Whereas if you got up on time, you would have just been like,
When I
okay,
was a
need to
kid,
rush.
I heard this story about this parent, and it literally blew my mind. They were talking about like getting to church, and we were like, I don't know, I was probably like 5 or 6 or something like that. But she was talking about like, she was talking to my mom, and she's like, oh, if I get up early, I'm just more tired and I take my time and I end up late. But if I wake up, later on time, then I'm late anyway because I didn't have enough time to get all my stuff ready. And so it was like this whole predicament. And so my brain was like trying to figure out the matrix of like, how do you solve this problem? You're late either way. And it killed me.
So I don't think the determining factor of whether you're going to be late or early is based on what time you get up. I think it's just you.
You just gotta either go faster through your process or wake up really early, but not be slow.
I always hated those people that now obviously, I don't care. I feel like when it comes to church, like people come or they don't, or they're late or they're not. It doesn't matter. It's their fellowship and their walk, whatever. But I will say though, it can be fairly aggravating when people blame traffic on being late to church when they've got a Starbucks drink in their hand.
Yes.
I feel a lot less sympathy at that point.
Oh, yes. It's always always the best.
And that's not me trying to be judgmental because, again, it's service for everyone. You know what? You show up when you want to. It's just I find it hilarious that people that blame it on the traffic when you chose to go to Starbucks.
Well, you can
know what
say
I mean?
that for any destination. It could be the same for school. Like I've had people walk in late to class and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I was late," and they came in. It's like, "Oh, why were you late?" And they would have. I'm not joking you. They would have like a donut in their hand or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry, my car broke down. Just eats.
my car broke down right outside of Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it was either I go in and get a donut while I was waiting for the person, or I just sit there and cry. So
Fun fact: I think it was Noah. I think I told the class this, but I on the first day of our finals, I was late. No. I was getting there early, and I ended up 5 minutes late because my car ran out of gas half a mile from the school. And I had to push it to the gas station.
Oh no.
I've
That was
never
fun.
had to do that.
Didn't you do that at band?
Yeah, I've had to do it at band too.
This happens all. You just need to get more gas,
Dude, I never look at that freaking gauge. I always forget
you
to.
never look at if your car has enough gas or
I
not.
live
I
my
always
life.
forget to.
I live my
You
life
forget
by
to-
that gauge.
You forget to tell if your car has gas?
Dude, it just happens. Sometimes that light will pop up and I'm like, oh, I need gas.
How often are you late to school?
No,
Let's ask
Noah.
Noah.
no, I'll let him answer this. I'm not even gonna.
All the time.
You get
Not really. Probably once or twice every once in a while, but
Yeah.
not much.
Okay.
do y'all
thanks,
get
man.
punishment for that? You're gonna get a.
That's complicated.
Yeah. So Elliot, our professor, is amazing, and he gives us a lot of leniency, even when sometimes maybe he shouldn't. But most of the time, he's pretty chill. I can show up a little bit late, so long as it's not more than 20 minutes late. You know what I mean? So.
Dude, I remember a time. This was for band, and
Uh-oh.
oh, it's so funny. We were in this little group of people. It was only 2 or 3 in the class. We were having not exactly a private lesson, but just a couple of kids in there. It was geared towards a certain level of kids, and we were in the same class, whatever.
Yeah.
And so our teacher was like, "Does anyone know where Zach is? Where's Zach or whatever?" And so you come busting in late, 5 or 10 minutes late, and you look so out of breath. You're like, "Whew," and then you plop down in the chair, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And this was that time when you had to push your car to the gas station or something like that. And he's like, "Well, is everything okay now?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And we just couldn't stop laughing. We thought it was just so funny.
Well, I was gonna say because we talked about pet peeves again on another podcast recently. One of my biggest pet peeves about myself is being late. I cannot stand it.
Oh, yeah.
A couple
I don't
weeks
like
ago,
it either.
what?
Like today?
Yeah, I was about to say, we were late today, right?
Kind of, yeah. We didn't have to set up today because you already had it set up.
I guess.
But it was before when we were supposed to film. Normally we film at 9:30. But a couple weeks ago, my first weekend staying in our new house, and now it's a 40-minute drive here.
As opposed to 2 minutes.
Yeah, normally I wake up and then I set multiple alarms because I wake up, I go back to sleep 5 minutes, wake up again. I woke up this time, I did that thing, and then I fell asleep too much longer.
Oh.
And this is a few weeks ago when we were filming, and I was a little late. I don't think you'll realize how mad I was at myself. Like, I was actually pissed at myself.
You called me on the phone. I was like, he's actually upset right
I
now.
was mad. I cannot be late.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it. Like, when I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm punctual with it.
Yeah.
I try to be. I get mad at myself too, but you also got to give yourself grace.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I don't
No,
give
fair
myself
enough.
grace.
So,
No forgiveness.
number 6. I can't do it.
That's pretty good. That's
No.
pretty close.
Number 7.
Number 7.
You do it way better.
Thanks.
Hey Peter, we got number 7 here. Should I do this thought in the crunk voice?
Do it. Do it.
If you want to.
It's a little long. I'm gonna.
People on TikTok are going to be so confused.
No, people know that voice.
Do they?
Well, just the fact that you're doing the impersonation.
Well, you know what? We do this for us. Bam.
Do we?
Well, that's rude to the people listening right now.
We
I know.
don't
Thank
do
you for
any. We love
watching.
you all. Thank you for
Again,
watching. But we
you
do
don't
this.
have.
I don't
trust
agree.
the bald man.
Yeah. We do it for you guys.
Because right now on TikTok, I'm sure there's a little bald that popped up over Zach's
Yep,
head.
absolutely.
Oh,
Every
always.
time.
They love it. They
They
love
get
it.
mad when we forget it.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
you should start doing? You should start doing for Presley hair.
That's funny.
Hair and
I
bald.
might actually start
Hair
doing
and
that.
bald. Put it on a shirt. Hair and bald, the twins.
Plus the last one.
All right.
Tall people are expected to use their reach to help shorter people. But if a tall person were to ask a short person to hand them something they dropped on the floor, it'd be insulting.
That is.
Yeah.
I just found another great thing to ask Evan when I'm mad at him. Ugh.
Y'all are like the same height.
How tall are you?
No, I'm like 5'9". At least barefoot. With shoes on, I'm kind of like 5'10". But I don't really count that. So 5'9".
I'm like 6'3" barefoot, so I call myself 6'1".
Which will be good because when you get older, you'll shrink and you'll be perfectly 6 foot.
Oh man, I don't want to shrink.
I think
That
about those
sounds-
things because that's how tall I would be if I could choose. But those were not the cards I was dealt in this life.
But yeah,
Well,
you know
that's
how
okay.
you know how bad you would feel if you're like short and you got like Chris, our friend Chris, coming up to us and he's like, hey, can you pick that up down there for me?
Okay. With
Oh man, that made
with
me
Chris,
feel
I wouldn't be offended like I would be with
someone
Zach.
like Chris.
Yeah.
Because Chris, you have to remember, is like 6'9", 6'10". Chris
Yeah.
is very. It's not like Zach to where he's 6'1". Chris is very tall. He's taller than LeBron, or like the same height as LeBron James.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like. I feel like that's a bit different. Like that's like.
He's up there.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if Chris dropped his phone while he was doing something, he would, and Evan was next to him. I don't think you would feel offended if he asked you to pick up. his
Not
phone.
even kind
Yeah.
of. Then I would ask Chris to give me the cereal from the top shelf.
And he'd be like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, it
Like
would.
a-
Yeah,
It's
he
like
could.
at his height.
Yeah, it would be at his height. He
Chris
wouldn't have
gets
to reach
offended
up.
as that. It's like
It's hard to offend Chris. I feel like.
Oh my gosh,
it's
yeah.
hard to offend.
Can you dust
him.
off the backboard? Sure.
For real.
Man. So, I don't know how we are on time right now, but I think we should get into our next segment.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we should.
All right.
So we did a segment. How many episodes ago? It's been a minute.
4 or 5.
Wow.
Probably
It's-
more than that.
5 or 6.
A while
so.
ago,
Wow.
that we called the awkward games, and so it's basically like the Hunger Games type thing. And so we have a bracket. This time it's superhero and villains themed. So yeah, how this is gonna work is we're gonna go through each matchup. They're fighting. Is this gonna be fight to the death, or is this gonna be just whoever gets knocked out first? How do y'all want to do
This
it this
is
time?
gonna be. I don't feel like either is fair. I feel like who would ever win a battle, because there are some of these that have specific powers that would
Like
hinder
our
them.
first matchup.
Yeah, that would
Well, like
hinder.
morals.
True. Yeah.
So like fighting to the death wouldn't always be ideal.
Yeah.
But winning a battle, on the other hand, would be more.
We'll say win a
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah, win a
And
battle.
This
Win a
is
battle.
different than our other one because this isn't just a fist fight, correct? This is them
This
using
is
their
all out.
all of their
out.
resources.
And-
Use whatever they can.
Today it's superheroes. We have. May I?
Sure.
Oh, I can't wait.
Just go with it.
Okay, Batman versus Iron Man is up first. Can I go through all of them, or would you rather do one at a time?
Just want to do one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
gonna
one
get
at a time.
Okay,
confusing.
one at a time.
All right, Batman versus Iron Man. Who would win in a fight?
Man,
See,
all right.
this
So
is
the thing about
beautiful.
these is they don't have superpowers.
You know,
They're just both rich people that are superheroes.
That's their power.
Yeah,
rich.
their power is rich.
Not
You know,
everybody
some-
has that.
There's something I realized is that Batman and Iron Man, they're like, oh wow, they serve the same purpose in
Yeah.
each of their universes. That's
Yep.
kind of
Kinda,
interesting. Which came first though? Was it Iron Man or Batman?
I would
feel like
probably say Batman.
I would assume Batman.
Batman's
Like
been
if you go
around.
all the way back to the comics.
Noah,
and
would you
stuff.
mind looking that up? I'd be kind of curious because the whole concept of having a rich personality who finds a need to have a bigger moral obligation than just himself is intense, but it seemed like
But
one
in
would
an
steal it
all-out
from the
fight,
other.
though, here's the thing
Oh
about
yeah, sorry, the fight.
Yeah, you know that part. The whole purpose.
the whole thing about Batman.
Oh wait.
Oh, what was it?
Noah.
I was gonna say this thing says Batman came first.
Yeah,
That would make
Interesting.
sense. I would believe that.
Looking at Stan Lee here. Well, he's dead, but anyways, Stan
Well,
Lee
thank
Rest
you
in
for
peace,
that.
Stan.
dead.
R.I.P.
Okay,
That's like inside
my
joke
God.
that no one else is gonna get.
That's so like.
No one
wow.
doesn't
Sorry.
even get that.
Anyways,
The thing about Batman is that he wins a lot of his fights because he's prepared.
Yes.
Would he have any prior knowledge to this fight? I don't know. He's very quick on his feet.
we're gonna assume that all of these are at their best. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think,
So-
yeah, I think
Okay.
that's fair. Saying everyone's at their peak performance.
Okay, well,
Peak
as
performance.
I
and
mean,
if-
Batman's a martial artist. Iron Man relies heavily
on his
Heavily.
technology.
Yep.
Heavily on his technology.
Can you both say that again? That was fun.
heavily. Oh, well, you used a
Oh,
different
that was,
voice.
that was okay.
Okay, we lost the moment.
The thing is, like, if we're doing peak, that means that no technology has malfunctioned. Everything
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
going perfectly.
Yeah.
Iron Man's at his peak
Batman is prepared for months,
for every.
Presley is Batman.
literally.
See, the preparedness part, that makes me start to lean towards Batman. But also, Iron Man's got all that technology. But Batman also has, like, a different kind of technology.
Yeah, I feel like Batman being prepared would find some way to shut Iron Man's suit down.
What
That's
all
very-
technology
that's a
does
good point.
Iron Man have? Just
He
go
has
through the
his
list.
blasters, the
Flight.
ability to fly.
Batman
he has
doesn't
Jarvis,
have that.
which helps him with environmental kills.
Batman.
Jarvis is kind of like Batman's Alfred.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say like
they
for
are a lot
Batman's
alike.
suit or his car or whatever, it's supposed to be bulletproof. I
Yeah.
didn't know if that included like from Iron Man, like if Iron Man goes to shoot at Batman or goes to shoot at the Batmobile, like is the Batmobile fine? Is Batman fine?
Batman
Well-
probably not.
Oh, I don't know. Batman, if you think about all those car crashes and explosions he's gone through in all the movies,
Yeah.
I think his gear is. Here's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Batman because I think whatever technology Iron Man uses, any kind of blasters, he's going to have some kind of technology
Exactly.
to block that. Even if it's not just his armor, he's going to have some like shield thing. He's going to do something to stop Iron Man and shut down the entire suit.
Even if Iron Man was all out,
Yeah.
Batman finding a way to shut down all technology surrounding like an EMP, even if Batman's technology gets shut down temporarily, along with Iron Man, that's enough of an opening of a window for Batman to beat the snot out of Iron Man just
Yes.
based on
He could shut
combat
everything
skills.
I was
down.
just gonna say that, especially since like because Iron Man relies a lot on technology. So if Iron Man has to get out of his suit, I mean, Batman's suit isn't technological. I mean, he has a lot of stuff with technology, but his suit itself has nothing to do with technology. To where really the only weak part is his chin. For some reason, he doesn't cover his chin,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
everything else is covered.
could you
know.
imagine like? Okay, so the fact that Iron Man is very technologically advanced, I mean, could you imagine Batman just using his grapple to just yank him down here
That would
from
be cool,
flight?
yeah.
Oh, like he's Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
Noah has
get
a
over here.
Noah?
I just wanted to say, if Iron Man has the ability to control all of his suits at once, so what if he just like ambushed Batman?
Oh,
That's a good thought.
that's an interesting thought.
That is a good thought.
See,
Okay.
If he had the Hulkbuster armor too,
But still,
I think this would be a good fight, and like let's say they had like a series of 7 type thing. I think this would go to seven matches.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the Batman, and I think it comes down to preparedness.
yeah.
I'm going Batman.
being prepared.
I mean, he's the world's greatest detective. The comics have proved that. Even the new movie has proved that. Tony Stark, as far as his mental goes, considering that they're so evenly matched, Tony Stark's mental capacity is very narcissistic, and I think he would underestimate Batman. So I'm gonna go with Batman, even though it seems way more likely as far as like technology and like blasters and stuff that Iron Man would win. I don't know. If they're both at their peak performance, I'm gonna go with Batman.
Are we not giving Iron Man enough credit though?
I feel like
mean,
we're
I
not.
think
we're
we
not
are.
giving him enough credit. But the issue here is that they're both at their peak performance.
I don't think any amount of power that Iron Man can deliver is something that would just shock Batman.
I mean,
to a
let's
point
just
where he
let's
can't
just
move.
put this in perspective. There was an entire series of comics and movie where Batman fought Superman, and there's a reason we didn't put Superman in here. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's reference that.
smarter.
We decided not to put Superman or the Flash in this because both of them would be very overpowered.
Yeah.
If y'all have ever heard like the Superman versus Flash argument, look into that because
Yeah.
whatever you say about one of them, you have an argument about the other. Like
Yep.
that's
Time
probably a
travel.
better matchup than Batman versus Iron Man.
Although this is a very
This
No, this is a very
amazing,
good matchup.
yeah.
though,
I don't
but-
know. I feel like if you overwhelm Batman, you might have a shot. Like what
I
Noah
think it's
was
the same
saying,
thing about Iron Man.
having the whole Iron Legion.
So who
Again-
can we say Iron Man has fought similarly to Batman, or vice versa? Who has Batman fought that's similar to Iron Man? And maybe we could start from there.
I mean, I feel
Batman actually does. I'm starting to feel very similar to this now. Has a backup plan to take out every member of the Justice League, and knows
He
every
does?
Yes,
That's
and
how prepared he is.
That's how prepared he is. Like he's like, just in the worst case scenario, if they were to turn, here's how I'd take them down. I feel like he would have that for Iron Man.
I'm going.
Any
I'm going
sort
Batman.
of EMP device, even if it was temporarily.
Yeah, I think this is already
It's
majority
smart.
goes
It's
to Batman.
Batman.
All five
does.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
And if
Batman.
you're going Iron Man, that's fine.
Batman moves on. So next matchup, we have Captain America versus Wonder Woman. Both use a shield. Both, I don't know, kind of similar.
Wonder Woman has that chain thing, right? What is that thing called? Like the
the whip?
lasso?
A
Yeah, I thought
lasso.
like a lasso
Like a
whip kind of something.
Yeah.
Well, Wonder Woman also can fly.
Mm-hmm.
So
She can?
yeah, it wasn't represented in the newest movies, but in every like comic
Why did
and
they do that?
TV show
I
adaptation.
thought they did do that in the movies.
I think they did for the second one, but that was a terrible
Oh.
movie, so we're not going to talk about it.
Can't Captain America
know
do
that.
something with a shield though?
Bounce it.
Well, you can probably do something with her shield. I would hope so.
He can't fly with it or anything. He
No,
just
she can
protects
fly.
himself with it and can throw it and bounce off stuff.
Yeah,
He's
which
unbelievably
I
amazing.
feel
with
like
the
he would
shield.
use to knock her out of the air,
Yeah, he would, and he wouldn't miss.
and then it would go to a ground fight.
But what if she has that whip and she just ties him up?
Or takes the shield away if he throws it.
He throws it, she
Okay,
catches it.
let's
with the
think
whip.
of a scenario. He throws it, knocks her out of the air, but she still has the whip. He doesn't have the shield anymore. Whips him. What's he gonna do?
That's true. Once he
goes-
gets rid of that shield, what is he doing?
Because he can't protect himself.
Well, she doesn't have any.
So maybe you
any
don't
range
throw
weapons.
Grabs the
shield.
lasso and
Well-
pulls her down.
Yeah, she doesn't have any range weapons though, which means it would have to go to a fist fight.
Well, still, she could knock it. She could charge at him when she's flying or something.
Mm-hmm.
Knock it, do something, or get behind him somehow, and then boom, and then
But
he's
here's
tied
the
up.
thing, though. With the lasso, it's not about like tying him up and leaving him. We're talking about, well,
You just tie him up and then beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing, though, is that he's super strong. So who's to say that once she finally gets him with the lasso, I mean, whether she could actually
Well,
beat him in a fight.
I mean, is this
Even if he was
just like
tied
a
up.
normal lasso though, or
This
no?
thing is
We're
like
not-
enchanted.
I was gonna
crap.
say we're not talking about Indiana Jones
No.
here, so
That
it has
thing's
like some
goated, though.
magical power to it, basically.
Yeah, you can't get out of it, and it also makes you tell the truth, which doesn't really apply to a fight.
Yeah, that doesn't.
yeah. I
Tell
would
me your
personally,
strategy.
I would personally vote for Wonder Woman here. I think that she has an advantage over Captain America personally.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman kind of sneaks it out too.
Yeah,
Who is
that's
Captain?
odd.
Captain America that's fought similar to Wonder Woman.
fly.
He's fought a guy who has no power. He just has a really red face, a skull.
I fight sunburns.
Nazis?
And not yeah.
Yeah,
just
Captain
guns.
America, as cool as he is, and as many people like him, he doesn't. There's not a
not
whole
that
lot about
powerful.
him.
Well,
Yeah.
he's gone head
Well,
to head
if he
with-
was worthy enough to hold Thor's hammer,
And he's a great
That's
leader.
because he's that kind of guy. He's him. You know what I mean? He's that guy. He's like so like morally just a good. He's just such a good person. He's worthy for the hammer. But that doesn't mean that he's powerful enough without a hammer or without anything to defeat Wonder Woman.
No, he's gone up against some equally powerful people in the Marvel universe.
But then who has Wonder Woman gone up against?
I have
She's
no idea.
kind of like Superman in a way.
I don't know enough about
She's
her.
not, but she's.
Yeah, she's not.
I'm
quite,
going with
but-
Captain America.
You're going Captain America.
I feel like he's strategic
I
enough
want
to where
to,
he
'cause
could
he's
pull
like-
it out.
USA man.
okay,
Captain America seems like he would win, but I just think Wonder Woman.
I like Captain America way more.
I
just
do,
to be honest,
yeah.
I like. Maybe it's just because I can
Well-
relate to him more. I
well,
don't know,
It's
but
not about who you
Yeah,
like.
it's not a lot
anymore.
about who you like more.
Because I love Captain America, but I don't think he would win. But he's one of my favorite like superheroes. I really like him.
I don't know. See,
Well, I think it's already 3 versus 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
So,
So
yeah.
you
Wonder
three,
Woman.
you three are going
Wonder
Well,
Woman.
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter our opinion.
But what do
Yeah.
you think?
No, we still want to hear it though.
I
Still
think-
good for dialogue.
I think Captain America.
I don't know. I think it could be a different.
another good one.
A different outcome every time.
Plus,
they
he's
fight.
got superhuman strength. I mean, the guy.
Well, they both do.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a different result every time they fight.
Maybe like a game of 7, like
Yeah.
Kevin had.
It may go in
Shred had
7.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's Wonder Woman. Then.
Yeah, Wonder
All right,
Woman
Wonder
is
Woman.
moving on. All right, so let's go to the first 4 people in villains now.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
so
we have
we're-
villains.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have villains.
All right, so the first round of villains, we have the legend Joker versus, let's say another legend, Green Goblin. So Joker versus Green Goblin.
One psychopath versus another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
one.
2
So,
very different psychopaths.
Here's the thing here. There are many different versions of the Joker. Are we going by purely comic book, Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix? I mean, 'cause
Yeah, what
they're
do
all
y'all-
different.
where y'all
Probably
wanna
not
go?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Not
I
Joaquin
hope.
because he's such like a grounded Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not like super villain.
Yeah, I
But
wouldn't
which
go Joaquin.
I love that one though. But
Thinking either Heath Ledger or comic Joker.
Yeah, well, whatever you think the peak is, whatever you think the most powerful
gotta
Joker
go,
is.
Yeah,
gotta go
whatever-
Heath, right?
Yeah, I'd say
Heath
so.
is-
I've seen
Unbelievably
some pretty
psychotic.
powerful comic.
Heath is the most
comic
compelling, but is he the most powerful? I would say the
No,
comics would be.
I agree with Zach on that.
Okay.
Yeah, the comics, he has a lot
Comics-
more gear and mobiles and crap.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
true.
you think about the
Mobiles.
Arkham games,
That's true.
Yeah.
he's a pretty.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. If you
Powerful
include
dude.
the games. Oh, yeah.
What is Pete Joker? Presley, you probably know the most of this.
Here, I'm-
So what would you say is the Pete Joker?
Probably from it's a tie between the Arkham games and the animated series. I'd say Arkham is when he was like more of a versatile, more at his disposal
Okay.
type of villain.
See, okay, because Joker is psychotic and he takes some stuff into his own hands, but he leads like a, I don't know, not really a cult almost,
gang.
but a gang.
Yeah, we're taking that
Almost like a
aspect out
cult.
of it though, right? Because it's just him versus Green Goblin. It's not like
But it is at their
But
best.
it's also
yeah,
if you're going by
But not his army.
If you're going by the aspect of superheroes' powers, I think you got to go with that aspect of Joker too,
Yeah,
right?
because
Maybe not he has an army with him, but he has...
Maybe he has Harley Quinn or something. I don't know.
Thugs.
Nah, let's not throw that
Let's
in
not
there.
introduce
Maybe
another
not Harley
character.
Quinn.
Let's not throw this in there.
But anyways, Green Goblin's different in a way. He's psychotic, but he wants to do everything on his own way. Mm-hmm. So
And he can fly with his glider and his pumpkin bombs, but
And,
Joker also has bombs
And
can-
guns.
and
And-
guns and can shock people, and it has a giant hammer and a giant what was his name? Boxer fist that can go stupid lengths of
Oh, yeah.
distance.
he's got that
Yeah,
gas.
Joker gas.
Yeah.
he has too many gadgets. I feel like Joker.
So,
Joker?
I think the Joker just because like they both have so many gadgets, but I feel like the Joker he's more psychotic. I think he like not maybe with the preparedness, maybe more prepared. I don't really know. I just think he's more crazy. I think he would have more crazy gadgets and gear than Green Goblin because Green Goblin, I mean he's got what? He's got his glider. He's got some bombs.
Pumpkin bombs.
But I still feel like Joker would have more power.
Well, and not only does he have that glider, but if you remember from like Spider-Man 1, he's got the stuff that comes out of the glider
Yeah,
and
yeah,
ended
yeah.
up killing him.
Yeah.
So that
is
does
cool,
damage
but-
too.
Yeah.
I'm going with Green Goblin. I think it's an easy one.
I
Green
think-
Goblin also would win in a fist fight. Joker is not.
Ah,
he's
well,
not a combat.
He's not like
person.
physically strong, but he'd
He would
probably
have
some
something on
revolvers
him.
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with
It would
Green
not
Goblin
result
too.
to a fist fight. I can tell you that much.
I'm going with Green Goblin too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based
mu-
off of if
know.
we're going, one-on-one fist fight, Green Goblin does more on his own, whereas Joker
Well, we're going with the battle.
kind of.
Yeah, I'm going
Right,
with Joker
that's what I'm saying.
personally.
Oh no, it comes down to me. Oh no. Okay, so
That's kind of why I wanted to get mine out first.
okay, because you see, I mean, if it's just in terms of like which one I like better, just if I'm being honest, I like the Joker a lot better because I'm more a fan of the Batman universe. And as much as I want to say Joker because I can see him being really good, I feel like I have to go Green Goblin.
Yes,
I
that's
like the
close.
Joker
Yes.
a lot more, and I can see it being very close. I can, and I don't think it would come to a fist fight. I really don't think that because even if the Joker somehow didn't have like a gun on him, he would have his taser thing, or he would have some sort of gadget. It would
Yeah.
not come down to a fist fight, but
Yeah.
just I feel like Green Goblin just. I don't know, especially if Joker doesn't have like his army or other things with him and it's just him and his gadgets. I'm a big fan of the Joker. I could see it being close, but I think it has to go to Green Goblin.
It's gotta. Yeah. This is
All
a
right.
smart man.
Green Goblin.
Shut up.
Green Goblin is moving on.
Green Goblin is moving on. So next we have Doc Ock and Mysterio.
All right.
What
So,
do we know?
I have it. My initial thought about this.
I will say just real quick. I know about Mysterio, and I
Yeah.
know some of his stuff. I'm not very familiar with Mysterio, so would you mind explaining some more of the stuff? Because I know about Doc Ock.
Mostly just illusions, messing with your mind, making you think maybe you're fighting him when in reality you're not. Always pointing you in the wrong direction. He has lasers, I think, and he can fly.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
And he's got a lot of mist.
It says
He's
here.
got a lot of
A
mist.
lot of green
It
mist.
says
What
here
does that
online, while Mysterio does not possess any superhuman abilities, he is a former special effects artist, illusionist, and actor who has talents to commit crimes. So what? He has no powers. He's just a great special effects artist.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't you seen the Spider-Man?
Yeah, but I thought that was just a rendition of it. I didn't know that was how his actual comic book
They
character
used more
was.
technology to explain it, whereas in more comic book accurate, he would be more of an illusionist.
Dude,
Interesting.
okay, here's how I feel about it, at least right now. Y'all probably are going to come up with more points. But the Mysterio, Doc Ock, he only has his arms. Okay, so that's like his only weapon. Mysterio would probably come up with his own weapons that could be equal. And then on top of that, you have the whole element of his, like, you wouldn't even know who you're fighting. And so I feel like they're already maybe equal in power, but then you give the illusion aspect of it. Like, how can you not go with Mysterio? Because he,
Yeah, I thought of this in a way where, like, Spider-Man is evasive, and was able to get around and do whatever he needed to do to get Doc Ock. Well, Mysterio's evasive in a different way, where he can kind of make himself almost like disappear, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if Spider-Man can get him and being evasive, I feel like Mysterio can too.
But Doc Ock is, I think, intellectually on a higher level than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I think he would be able to figure out his illusions.
oh,
Mysterio.
see, I didn't think about that.
That's hard though, because Doc Ock is really.
He's smart.
He's a scientist. He's not really a combat pro.
I don't know.
But the whole point is
neither
that the chip in his neck is like making him angry.
He's very menacing.
I might have to go with Mysterio.
Dude,
I
this is tough.
I'm going with Mysterio. I don't feel like
yeah.
Doc Ock's smart enough to be
I guess
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Yeah,
Mysterio.
I was gonna say Mysterio.
I have to
personally.
pick one.
yeah.
I'm going to say Mysterio.
I hadn't thought about how smart Doc Ock is, but still, I guess
Was-
Mysterio.
Doc
Was-
Ock is a brilliant scientist, but his anger from the chip in his neck just
Yeah.
totally clouds his mind.
Yeah.
So is Mysterio our first unanimous one?
No, Batman was
Oh,
unanimous.
I
too.
thought someone said Iron Man. Were we all Batman?
Oh, Batman.
So
Oh, sorry.
Mysterio is moving on. So we go back to the superhero part of it,
I'm
and
excited
we
for
have
this one.
we have Black Panther versus Spider-Man. Oh man,
I'm
They're
excited
both
for this one
super
because I know that this table has a lot more Spider-Man fans than Black Panther fans, but I think that this is closer than you
Oh,
may first
yeah.
think.
Oh, no. Black Panther is
Bro.
definitely dangerous.
Bro, think about this. Okay, they're both mobile, but what's Spider-Man's thing? Like the whole webs. Okay.
Spider senses.
And
Spider
okay,
senses.
spider sense is true, but Black Panther, whenever Spider-Man uses his little webs, Black Panther can use his like claw stuff and just gnarly through them, and then go like try to attack him.
And he has super stealth. That's like his main
Super
thing.
stealth.
Like
And
the
his-
shoes that keep him quiet.
And his kinetic armor.
Kinetic
Well,
armor.
how loud or quiet you are doesn't really matter if you have spider sense. You always know where he is.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's what I'm saying.
That's also true.
True. Isn't Black
no,
Panther
yeah.
just... Doesn't he just have more raw power than
Yeah, I was
Spider-Man?
gonna say. I feel
Yeah.
like he's just more powerful.
He
Or-
became so like you remember in that Black Panther for the first Black Panther the only Black Panther movie.
The one in
Wow.
2016,
Yeah.
2017-ish?
He had drank like this liquid
Yeah.
that got him in touch with his ancestors. I think that part of that liquid like gave him strength and
Yeah.
So let's say he's at a peak at his peak that's probably giving him strength. Why not?
Let's say
Well, what would be Spider-Man at his peak? Like, which version are we talking about here?
Let's just say after No Way Home.
Okay,
Is that his peak though?
it's not
I think
really.
he's-
Are
I
we
think-
doing Tom Holland Spider-Man?
I don't know. What
We got a lot of choices.
because I
Peak
think
Spider-Man.
You know,
Whatever you think-
Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think he's still trying to find his peak.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not there.
okay, that's fair.
Whatever
that's
you
fair.
think the most powerful Spider-Man is.
I would say the most powerful Spider-Man would have Tobey Maguire's wisdom and experience and the comic book strength.
I agree with that.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I would have to say Spider-Man. And then maybe that's because of my lack of knowledge from Black Panther, but
I think this is another good one, and I think this is another one that would go in 7 games in a series.
yeah.
I'm going to Spider-Man, but
Really?
barely.
Because
Close.
I'm
Wow.
as
The main
much as
thing-
I like Spider-Man, I'm going Black Panther here. I
That's
feel
a
like
fair, yeah.
I feel like Black Panther. I don't know what Spider-Man's webs would really do to Black Panther, other than I guess he could retreat, like he could get away faster. I guess like he would be more mobile. But other than that, like I don't see any other advantage for Spider-Man over Black Panther personally.
They're both really.
I like Spider-Man more, but Black
Athletic.
Panther I
So
feel would win.
Here's the other thing before we make our official things. I looked up the Black Panther powers. So from the comic books, it says that the power to draw upon the knowledge, strength, and every experience of every previous Black Panther. Superhuman strength, endurance, speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, and senses, with genius intellect.
That is a lot of Spider-Man stuff, though, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like it's really close, but I would still want to say Spider-Man.
I think it's Spider-Man.
I'm still going Black Panther.
Okay, who's saying what? You Spider-Man, Black Panther.
Yeah, we have 2 for Spider-Man, 1 for Black Panther.
I'm saying Spider-Man.
What do you go with?
I don't know. It's so close.
What would make it a tiebreaker?
What? Okay, are you going more strength or elusiveness?
I don't. They're very.
I
Is it
think-
even as much elusiveness as it is just mobility? Because I don't think it's as much
well,
elusive as it is
agility.
just being able to
They're
move.
both-
Both.
have great agility.
But agility isn't the same thing as being elusive. Because
No.
elusive would almost go more into like Mysterio.
which goes more towards Black Panther, but elusive doesn't really matter when you have spider sense. So
Yep.
Yeah, but he was saying that Spider-Man would be more elusive. So
yeah, because of that, he would be able to.
I think
anticipate some
Spider-Man can
attacks.
swing away, but I still
He
think
can get out of the way.
he can get out of the way.
Spider
and he can-
senses is what's doing it for me. That's what gives him an edge.
Well, the only thing is, like, even if he sneaks, like, away, like, okay, so Black Panther can't do any kind of sneak attack on Spider-Man, but Spider-Man could on Black Panther. But I don't think that Spider-Man can deal that much damage to him, really,
In a sneak attack.
in a way. But, like, Black Panther for sure can, like, tear into his body. So that's the only thing for me where I just see Black Panther winning in that scenario.
I see
But I
Spider-Man
love Spider-Man.
winning.
Really? Okay.
Because of the healing factor, also, Black Panther would get a lot of damage in, but his top things are he's got a lot of damage,
still
a
have to
lot
go
of agility, and elusive. Damage doesn't really matter with how quick Spider-Man heals. Elusiveness doesn't matter with Spider-Man's spider sense, and then they're both kind of equal at that point.
yeah. All right. So Spider-Man just barely tweaks it out.
all right,
All right. Spider-Man is moving
Spider-Man.
on. So down to the last first round matchup of superheroes, we have Wolverine and Deadpool.
This one I am so excited for. I feel like there may be a clear answer, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same.
So let's go down the line. Wolverine, his origin is being pumped with this gross gooey stuff that makes him extremely strong
And durable.
And it's like, what wasn't it like the same stuff that Silver Surfer has all around his body? Or am I crazy?
I don't know about that.
no.
I think it was similar stuff that they used on Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, or maybe that could be it. But yeah, so like he has those claws. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Deadpool has the healing factor. I just am kind of worried Wolverine would shred him to pieces faster than he can regenerate them.
Right.
Wolverine does get pretty angry, but
Deadpool, if we're talking about it at his peak, I'm thinking of like, even in comic books, like movies do a great representation, but in comic books, he's pretty dang ruthless.
Yeah, he is ruthless.
Like, ridiculous.
Him and Wolverine are ruthless.
Yeah.
You know, there are, at least in terms of heroes, they're probably the two most ruthless heroes we have
They both
on the
have
list.
probably, yeah.
healing factor to be able to recover.
True. Deadpool is more known for it though than Wolverine. I know
Deadpool-
Wolverine has it, but
Deadpool has guns.
Lots of them, and swords, and more guns, and explosives.
Can Wolverine, is he good at blocking like any like bullets and stuff? I know he has like the big old
with his claws.
Yeah, and,
but can he block stuff and then like
Well, the thing is that like when he is shot, he pretty much absorbs it.
that's kind of
And
a big
that's
deal.
if it
Yeah.
makes it past his claws.
how elusive? Because I feel like this is where being
Elusive?
able to, being able to get out of the way or being able to not
feel
hit
like
the person. This is where
Deadpool can be a little bit more clumsy and head on because of his immortality skill, but whereas like Wolverine is a little more tactful.
True. And I guess this is just a
Reserved.
battle. This isn't to the death or anything. This is just winning a battle.
Yeah.
So even though he has the immortality thing, that doesn't really play a factor.
I would probably have to say a Wolverine.
I kind of think Wolverine is like almost another Black Panther in a way because of how he can move, and then how he also has the claws.
And how ticked off he gets when he gets shot and
Yeah,
stuff.
even more so with
Yeah, I
Wolverine.
would-
he
Y'all
might
ever
be a
seen
better.
Logan?
Oh, I saw clips from. I never saw the movie. I saw
One of my
clips from it. but-
favorite superhero movies.
Yeah, no, that was. I know that this kind of kills the suspense because then it'd be a third vote for it. But I'm going Wolverine too.
I was too.
Just-
I
Yeah.
will too.
So am I. Well, okay.
All right, sorry,
Pretty
Deadpool.
unanimous.
All right. So in
We're
the,
sorry, Ryan.
We love you, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, listen, just cut the hate breaks here, Jim Halpert. I just want you on our show.
Oh, we should have had the Green Lantern.
Oh my gosh.
That would've been
Green
hilarious.
Lantern versus Deadpool.
All right, so in the last first round of superheroes, we have Wolverine. Moving on. So to I don't know. What's the word I was going to use?
Super villains.
First
Yeah.
bracket.
Super villains. We have over on this other side, Mr. Freeze versus Sandman. So two villains that use substances of such.
I'm gonna let y'all talk this out first.
Mr. Freeze is not fast.
No,
At
he's
all.
not.
Very slow, very precise. He has his freeze gun. He has other things to slow you down, which could put Sandman in a bind. But
If it gets a hold of someone, he can just freeze them. Still, right?
But how do you get a hold of Sandman if he's sand? All of it.
he'd have to enclose him while he was.
He would have to
Whole.
get a whole dome, all of the sand to like freeze Sandman.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: sand doesn't really carry any water in it, as far as I'm concerned. There's no hydration factor
I
to
don't
sand.
think so.
So I feel like Freeze really has an edge, or Mr. Freeze, sorry, really has an edge with people who have molecules built up in their, cells with water,
We are scientists today.
whereas sand doesn't
We are
really have
scientists.
that.
Let's go sand.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say
Sandman.
Sandman.
Yeah.
All right.
That one was.
Yeah.
Let's not waste time on it if it's obvious.
Yep.
It's,
Yeah.
it's Sandman.
All right. Sandman moves on. So we go down to the last first round battle of villains, and we have an interesting one. We have Bane versus Venom.
Whoa.
Alrighty, so I know a decent amount about Bane, and then I kind of know Venom. I've never seen a Venom movie or anything, which
So-
I know I should, but I've never seen it. So just walk me. I know about him, but walk me through Venom.
Venom is technically an alien. He is the outcast of his own planet, where he comes from a lot of other symbiotes, which I believe is what he is. That's what his
Symbiote.
race is called.
Has to rely on another being in order to survive.
Yes.
Wait, explain that part.
So he attaches himself to the most common Venom presence, Eddie Brock, who really hates Spider-Man. And if you remember, Venom actually merged with Spider-Man in order to survive, because by himself he's just goo.
Okay.
He will die if he doesn't merge off another living host.
Okay.
But that doesn't really play into this.
So he's almost like a parasite in a,
Yes.
in a okay.
Yeah.
He is a
because
parasite.
he messes with their mind. Except both Venom and Eddie Brock both hate Spider-Man, so they're kind of unanimous in that. But
Noah dropped headphones. It's all his fault. I blame him. I'm just kidding.
Come on.
It's just totally making fun of
I
him.
will say Venom is probably a lot more absorbent.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Of like,
Like-
bullets or something, he would just absorb.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Bane is just a lot of brute force.
He is, but Bane isn't.
excels
Bane
in the
doesn't really
dark.
use guns, though.
No,
I mean,
Or fist. Even if you punch
Bane's
into
just stupid
Venom.
strong. Even if he got his hands on Venom and broke his back, I don't think it would really
Does
bother
Venom
him.
even have a back?
Okay, here's the thing, though.
If
We're
Venom-
forgetting
like
that
Bone.
Venom's biggest weakness is loud noise and fire.
Mm-hmm.
Bane got his hands on something like that. Might not be too
I
hard.
mean, if there was
Well,
a
I mean,
bell nearby,
I
but-
will say Bane, the most famous scene with Bane, at least in the movie, is him using a megaphone. So, I mean,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's true.
Tom Hardy.
Is-
I just realized Tom Hardy played both of these characters.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
I didn't even make that connection.
That's funny.
Well,
Who's gonna kill who?
Yeah.
Wait, is Bane
no matter what, I'm
smart?
voting for Tom Hardy.
Is
it
he
depends
smart?
on the version
Yeah.
of Bane. If you're going based off of Christopher Nolan, yeah, he's pretty intellectual. If you're going based off of comic books and TV shows, no.
Because I was gonna say, like, is he even smart enough
But
to
this
figure
is,
out?
I will say, but this is
up,
at
bud?
their best and their most powerful. So, I mean, because he was smart in the Dark Knight, I feel like you have to give him at least some sort of knowledge, right? Even if he's not super smart, he has to be at least not dumb.
I'm going to say Venom.
Venom.
Really?
Yeah.
But
I don't think
what if
brute
the
force
loud
is
thing?
enough to take him out.
But what about the loud sound?
That depends very much on the environment they're
Venom
fighting
is also
in.
so quick, he might be able to get to Bane. 'Cause Bane's not quick.
Yeah.
No.
He might be able to get to Bane before he does anything like that.
If you strip it down to where he's a human, the Bane in the Christopher Nolan universe is very grounded, kind of like Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know why I said
Like
it like
Joaquin's
Joaquin
Joker.
Phoenix.
Joaquin's Joker. I think if you compare that Venom to the Tom Hardy Venom, I don't think that's much of a fight.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about a superhuman versus a guy with issues.
I see what you're saying. So I think I could see Bane being super powerful and doing really well against a lot of different superheroes and supervillains, but I feel like Venom's just. I feel like that's just not his matchup.
It's just super
So
I-
here's
yeah.
the fascinating thing. I'm reading up on his abilities: superhuman strength and physical attributes via the drug Venom, but not Venom because
Yeah.
that's Marvel.
Venom is
but
the drug Bane takes
Yeah.
to make him strong.
Yep.
There's
I
so
don't
much
know.
Tom Hardy and Venom going
Yeah,
on right now.
show him that picture. When I think of Bane, that's who I think of.
Just super
just
jacked.
ruthless,
Yeah.
jacked.
I'm going for Venom.
I'm going.
Sure,
with
it
Venom.
has to be Venom. I
I
feel
gotta
like.
go with Venom.
I feel bad for Bane because he could have done a lot of damage versus some other people, but
All right.
Venom's too much for him.
So Venom is moving on in the last round of the first. So
So now we have semifinals.
just a little to remind you, a little conclusion to the first round. We have Batman itching it out over Iron Man. We have Wonder Woman beating Captain America. We have Spider-Man swinging his way to a victory over Black Panther. We have Wolverine beating Deadpool. We have Green Goblin beating the Joker. Mysterio taking it over Doc Ock. Sandman over Mr. Freeze. And Venom over Bane. So we'll go to the second round. Superheroes. We have Batman versus Wonder Woman. Two Justice League teammates and friends.
Batman.
Batman.
Batman. That was easy.
All right.
Wait, I just I know that
Let's
he has.
discuss it.
I know that Batman has the plan to take over Wonder Woman, and I like Batman way more. I know a lot more about Batman, but I mean, we explained earlier how we didn't include Superman in this because he'd be too powerful. And then we also said that Wonder Woman's almost like a mini Superman. Like, I feel like, I don't know. As much as I like Batman, I would think at least potentially Wonder Woman.
She would give a fight for sure.
I just
Absolutely.
want to know why such immediately. Like,
feel
why
like-
is Wonder Woman such? Because we discussed that way faster than we did Iron Man, and I feel like Wonder Woman would put up much more of a fight than Iron Man personally.
Okay, yeah, maybe we were just playing favorites here.
Because
but
if it's just favorites, I mean, I like Batman way more than Wonder Woman personally. Batman's my favorite.
that's fair.
Let's run through a scenario where they run into each other. And
I
have
know
to
Batman
fight.
is literally prepared for, say,
That's
Wonder
my
Woman if
thing.
she went evil. Like, I know that he has a plan for it. I get that.
Okay, so powers for Wonder Woman: godlike super strength, speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, and endurance. Flight and healing factors, divine powers.
Like,
Still going Batman. Here's the reason why. I mean, literally none of that even matters if he's like smart enough to be able to block all those different things. Because if you think about Wonder Woman, she's always in her peak performance or whatever. Like any character thing that you've ever seen of her, she's just like, oh, she does the whip, she blocks her thing, she does her thing, she's cool, she's like whatever. But if you look at Batman, if he's at his peak and he has, you know, time to prepare and look at Wonder Woman and think about her weaknesses, he's going to be able to figure something out. Flight, that's really not a big deal. That's good for getting away or whatever, but I don't see how that's going to be very useful in a battle. The strength, Batman can come up with enough gadgets to get more power, so flight doesn't matter. He has more power. He's more prepared.
Does she have a weak? Does Wonder Woman have a weakness like Superman does? Like his is
Kryptonite?
yeah.
No. Not,
Are you sure?
well, you just dropped your phone. Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
well, Zach, did you say something about speed, or am I making that up?
Yeah, she's got speed.
She's
Yeah, so I mean,
like Superman.
speed. I mean,
What if he can slow her down?
but all I'm saying
Oh, wow.
that these are a lot of what ifs. At the end of the day, it's still a man in a bulletproof suit going up against basically like a god,
If you take
Okay.
goddess.
If you take into consideration the fact that since a child she's been brought up in war tactics and basic fighting, plus her abilities,
Like
now I'm kind of convinced that it's Wonder Woman.
I was gonna say, I love Batman, and as much as I want to vote for Batman, personally, I feel like this has to be Wonder Woman. I would,
but in
I
that
would say Wonder
case, we
Woman.
might be stuck in this battle again where it's overpowered.
well, if it's overpowered, well, it doesn't matter now if it's overpowered. Wonder Woman's in the bracket. It's Wonder Woman or Batman. Doesn't matter now. It's who would win.
We're already
I
into
don't
it.
think they're either one overpowered. I just think Batman.
Which Batman though?
Peak Batman.
That makes me think of Arkham.
All right, well then say
I thought
Arkham.
about Justice League because if he knows how to take down every single one of them.
Well, that
He's
kind of
so-
carries through no matter what version. But I think if we're the argument is leaning towards just brute force, speed, agility, and all that, going towards
Well,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman, I've seen a lot of those examples in the Arkham video game series. He's even more armored up. He's got even more resources. I mean, you talk about flight. He's got the Batwing. I'm sure he's got a jetpack. He can put up a good fight.
This is ooh.
Okay, so this is the Batman contingency plan for Wonder Woman.
That's what
I
I
just
was
found
talking
online.
about.
Yeah, let's listen to this.
Batman has devised nanites, which, when injected into her body, leave Wonder Woman trapped in a virtual reality, battling against an opponent which she cannot defeat that is her equal in every way.
Whoa.
Her refusal to surrender under any circumstance would eventually cause her to tire herself out and die of exhaustion.
Wow.
Okay,
See,
but I
that's what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
then that has to be because if they're both prepared for this fight and they know it's coming, he has to catch her and then inject her with something.
All he's got to do is fight, and then
You seen what he does with a batarang? He can throw stuff.
he can be accurate.
So he's just gonna. But then you could say the same thing about like Wonder. I don't know. Let's just give final votes. I think it would be Wonder Woman.
Layden.
I'm saying Batman.
Evan.
Shmev.
I like that you. Oh,
I see your point.
I do see your point, yeah.
I've just seen so many scenarios where he's able to survive long enough to make that final.
I mean, I will say I
thing.
do understand why you're going Batman. Like, it's
Yeah,
not like I think
I'm-
it's crazy.
I'm
I
obviously
understand
Batman.
why. Just I'm personally going Wonder Woman.
And I respect that for
Thank
the
you,
reasons
thank
that you are.
For I am the reasons.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Zach, are you still saying Wonder Woman?
Let's just get Shmev's opinion.
I think I'm going Batman.
Well,
It's unanimous.
what
I can,
what would
it's
you
not,
have gone?
No, I'm going Wonder Woman. It's not
Or not
unanimous,
unanimous, but voted out.
Nope, you gotta go.
Noah,
next.
did you have a point?
No, Presley went Batman.
He-
If there's
it's-
three,
it's
there's
already-
already,
Yeah, we
it's
said
already
three.
decided. Batman's moving on.
I just want to know what you had to say.
Just what would you say?
I had to choose Batman. It's as hard as
Alrighty,
it is because
that's
if
fair.
we're talking about peak performance and Batman's contingency plan is in play, then he's already thought through the fact that he knows he can't beat her, so he's already
See,
come up with some
yeah.
way to do something.
I just
I
don't,
don't wanna
see how
s-
he
yeah.
would like if it's just an even fight. Well, not even, but if it's just like they know that they have to fight and win a battle, I just don't know how he would be able to inject her with that, with
I don't
her
think
fighting
he wouldn't-
against him.
I don't think it wouldn't be.
I think
I-
if there's anyone that's going to be able to beat Wonder Woman that's not Superman or Flash, I think it's going to be
Batman.
Batman.
No, it would be Batman. No, I agree with it. Just I'm personally.
I think
we've
that,
gone long.
Maybe
we've
I'm
gone,
playing
We've gone
favorites.
long enough on this.
Yeah.
Batman's moving on.
Batman is moving
one,
on.
One last thing. I will say if they both knew about this fight, I think she'd be scared to death. Like if they knew this was going to happen,
If you just take out Batman's mindset,
he's got fear
Wonder
factor.
Woman is gonna win. But you got to think about who Batman is. That's
Yeah.
what's getting it for me.
Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Anyway,
Well, anyway,
Okay.
but Batman's moving on.
Batman's going to the semifinals. So we'll go over to the villain side again,
That-
and we have.
Sorry, that was the semifinals.
Oh,
No.
this is the
When
semifinals.
I made the mistake earlier. I called this the semi. It's not the semifinals.
It's the
quite yet.
semifinals.
He's moving on to
and
the
now
semifinals.
we're in the semifinals.
We will be.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
Green Goblin versus Mysterio. This is interesting. Scientist versus almost like a magician.
Illusionist.
I just can't get
You
past
magician.
the illusions of him, though. I feel like that's so huge.
A theater boy versus a psychopath.
But don't take the okay. But what if I
Peter
put
Pan,
you
Joaquin
in a
Phoenix.
simulation? Kind of think of like what you said about Batman, where you're fighting someone, like Wonder Woman's fighting someone equal. You could put Green Goblin in that scenario, make him think that through illusions, kind of like how he did with Spider-Man in that movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man didn't even know what universe he's in because all he sees is this whole illusion. He's in like a simulation. That's a big deal. I'm not saying he's psychotic like Green Goblin, but
Green Goblin packs the power,
but
both
if,
in combat and abilities, smarts abilities. You gotta remember he is a psychopath, but
He's
was
somewhat of a
scientist.
scientist himself.
He's somewhat of a scientist
I'm
himself.
somewhat of a scientist
meme.
myself.
Almost dropped my
Thanks.
headphones.
Actually,
And
you did drop.
I
those.
think, man. Oh,
I'm personally voting Green Goblin.
I think I'd give Mysterio the edge,
Really,
I would
Why
too.
is that?
just because. Is it good?
Got 20% left.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Oh, it's still recording though, right?
How
Okay.
many minutes are left?
Just a little scared there. But anyway,
No, we're
It doesn't.
we're
sound-
okay.
We're good.
I think I would have to give Mysterio the edge because of just the illusion factor.
Zach,
And-
here
Like, I don't think it'd be hard for a scientist to. I think it'd be hard. Yeah, it'd be hard for even a scientist to figure out what in the world he's doing to him. Like,
All right.
I don't know.
So here's the thing for me. How do you justify someone else's decisions when they're psychotic but also smart, has the smarts of a scientist? And then you throw in an illusionist factor, okay? So I feel like at first in the battle, quote unquote, Mysterio would probably set something up to confuse the heck out of him, right? And then he would get really disoriented because he's psychotic and confused and doesn't understand what's going on. And then he would figure out that he's a scientist. He's like, wait a minute, everything has a purpose. This is matter. What's actually going on? Figure it out and then dupe him. So I'm gonna have to go with Green Goblin.
I think he would have some sort of alternative to combat his illusions.
So 2 Green Goblins. Are you going Mysterio, Schmev?
I think I still am, yeah.
I'm going Mysterio.
Hold on.
What
I
the-
did. There's only one aspect that I just now thought of because what if? So I was saying like with the Mysterio, he can do the whole illusions thing. But what if he take the mindset of like Batman with the preparedness, and he's a scientist, Green Goblin. What if he is prepared a way to see through the illusions.
That's the
there's
thing.
no
but
proof.
There's no proof.
There's
Yeah,
no
there's
proof
no-
that he would be prepared.
We've never seen that.
Yeah, no, he's not Batman
smart.
to where he would beat. That's one thing that gives Batman the edge.
I
is
mean,
his mindset and
yeah.
his preparedness. No one else really, at
He,
least to the
he
level of
shows
Batman,
up
no one
ready
else has
for a
that.
fight, but he doesn't plan it out to the same Batman degree.
Yeah, that's the.
You got to go with
difference.
what you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Mysterio.
that's a good argument. Yeah.
No, it is a good
Mysterio?
argument.
Oh yeah, I've been leaning Mysterio the whole time. The only thing that's got me with the Green Goblin is he's a scientist. If he can figure something out beforehand, then he can
Right.
dismantle all the illusions, and then he would definitely win that fight.
That's a hard one.
That is tough, but I'll say Mysterio.
So
All right.
Mysterio.
Mysterio
Anyway,
is going to the semifinals.
All
Goes
right.
to the semifinals.
Okay.
I was not expecting out of Joker, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Mysterio, we'd all vote
Yeah.
for Mysterio, but here we
Yeah.
are.
All right, so let's go back to superheroes. Interesting. We have Spider-Man versus Wolverine,
Now,
and I feel like this
to me, this one's very easy.
is
What?
You think Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
I think this is a lot harder than we
I
realize.
think if Spider-Man beats Black Panther,
I
to me,
agree.
the Wolverine is like a stronger and more crazy, but a worse Black Panther.
I was about to say that if
I-
Spider-Man beats Black Panther, he's got to beat Wolverine.
I know that's how I feel. So I'm just like, Spider-Man has to beat Wolverine for
I
me.
did say Black Panther.
No way.
I said Black Panther too.
Why.
Oh, you're swinging with Spider-Man?
Okay, you gotta understand something. Is that Wolverine has that crazy superhuman strength? What's he? I mean, what's
So
he
does
gonna
Black
do with-
Panther.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. but
Exactly.
More so, Wolverine more so than Black Panther.
Yeah,
Well,
but he doesn't have
Wolverine-
any sort of like he doesn't have the same level of like agility and smarts.
No,
and
that's
whatnot.
not true. He's able to leap.
That is true. He
Far.
does.
Here's my
So is
thing.
Black Panther.
Here's
That's
my
also
thing.
true.
Exactly. That's my point.
What's
So,
like
who would win in a fight, Black Panther or Wolverine? Wolverine.
I don't necessarily agree with that. No.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Well, it doesn't
Well, I
matter.
think
they're not
you're
in.
wrong.
They're not in the bracket
Here's
together.
my-
I'm making a point.
And it's bad. You're
Well,
bald.
here's my point.
You suck.
I know.
How can Spider-Man deal damage to Wolverine?
Exactly.
How could he
things
deal
on him.
damage to Black Panther? Well, you said that Black Panther would beat Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and I agreed with it.
Web a
Yes.
trash
Because-
can and sling it his way?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
he could use
And
other
then-
stuff.
and then
He
he
could
would
use other
slice it up,
stuff,
though.
but
That's what he does.
And plus, Wolverine does that thing where he gets on all fours and runs.
I just really think Wolverine because I don't see him taking much damage and he can deal out a lot more.
Noah has a point.
Noah.
I just wanted to say, isn't Wolverine like kind of invincible? Like he can take bullets and just pop them right back out. So like he
Okay.
can't really take damage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he would take any of the damage Spider-Man throws at him.
Yeah. That's my point. That's my point. Here's my. Yeah. That's my point.
Okay.
Hold on, I haven't made an official decision yet.
Who
I'm starting to
has?
think through this.
Me.
I'm actually
Wolverine.
still thinking about it.
That invincible. I didn't know he was fully invincible.
Well, he does die eventually in the
Well,
comics.
yeah, I was
So.
gonna
I
say
mean,
he's
everyone
not
has
fully
a
invincible.
weakness, but like as far as bullets, he's not like a human.
Silver bullets do something for him, I believe, right?
Spider-Man's not gonna know that.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
But yeah, Spider-Man doesn't.
and then he
yeah.
won't have.
Well,
access
Spider-Man
to
doesn't use guns.
Yeah, he
right?
doesn't.
Yeah, so
Now remember, we're going peak Spider-Man. So we said like the
And peak
wisdom
Wolverine.
of Toby.
that. Oh, Toby's Spider-Man versus.
Oh, that
Logan?
just.
Toby's been through Venom, Sandman, Green Goblin, New Green Goblin.
Oh, this is hard. Noah is an impartial third party. Could I get an opinion? I want to buy a vowel. I want to use my call.
On the phone
those
of-
are multiple different
I mean,
game shows.
You know what I mean? I
I
don't
want
know
an
what
L.
to do here.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. If we're talking peak Spider-Man, you have to take into account Tom Holland's all his equipment that he gets from Iron Man, and he can use all of that to his advantage. So I
That's
don't know.
also true.
That's a good point.
So Tom
But-
Tom Holland's equipment with
If-
the mentality and wisdom of Toby.
Then yeah, that might would be enough. The only thing is, if it's just Tom Holland, he does not have the experience at all to deal with Wolverine.
Oh no, that would be an easy.
That would
guess.
just be a
If
whooping.
it was Tom Holland Spider-Man, there's no way.
But peak. Think peak.
Peak.
I think, even though I'm going Wolverine still, I still think that Spider-Man can definitely give a really good fight.
I gotta go with Wolverine.
I think I'm changing my answer to Wolverine because I'm thinking about it, and I still think Black Panther would beat Spider-Man, and I'm now seeing like if in my mind if Black Panther could beat Spider-Man, I could see Wolverine beating Spider-Man. So I'm gonna go Wolverine. I think Spider-Man would still put up a good fight, and I get Noah's point, and that's a good point with the equipment and such. But I'll go Wolverine.
I'd have to go with Wolverine.
right,
Also,
so-
just out of the pure curiosity factor, I'm gonna look up see if they have ever fought. But you guys
Yeah.
continue
Yeah,
with your
but-
dialogue.
I think
But
it's
yeah, no.
already majority
No, that-
Wolverine.
it's majority.
I was actually gonna stay with Spider-Man,
I
like
was
barely,
too.
but
Oh, so it actually.
But
so me
I'm-
switching my vote
yeah.
actually. Oh, okay.
I'm not upset. That's a that could
is.
very much happen.
It's very close.
I'm pretty sure they fought before.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
It'd be an
it's happened.
amazing
I don't
battle.
remember who won, but
The fact that Wolverine's beated the Hulk would be a good way to start.
beated the Hulk.
Beaten.
Beaten.
I've been beaten by the Hulk.
Yeah. There was also that storyline where the Hulk swallowed Wolverine and he busted out from the inside out.
What?
No, that actually
That's
happened.
insane.
That's just like that's what I think about Wolverine is he's like crazy.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
so Wolverine moves
Wolverine
on.
moves
All
on,
right.
All right,
and
guys.
so in the semifinals of superheroes, it'll be Batman and Wolverine. That'll be interesting. So
Back to that in a second.
let's go back to the villains. We have Sandman versus Venom. Didn't they? Yeah, they fought in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
How did that go? I can't remember.
How do you even
Well,
mix
I don't
that?
think they really
Also,
fought.
though, keep in mind that wasn't really peak Venom. If that's not what we're
peak
thinking
Venom at
of.
all.
And we're not thinking of Carnage, and we're not thinking of any of the other symbiotes.
Thinking of basically either comic Venom or Tom Hardy's Venom.
Would it be possible for Venom
Probably comic Venom.
get on Sandman?
I don't see how he came.
I was thinking the same thing, but at the same point, then I don't know, like, how much can Sandman do to Venom?
If we're
like, he could
going-
do some, obviously, but
If we're going comic accuracy, Venom is basically like evil, ruthless Spider-Man, and has the so. Then, if the argument turns into evil Spider-Man versus Sandman,
then it would be Spider-Man. You would assume,
yeah,
yeah. So
Okay, so what I'm reading here is that okay, in the comics, Venom is definitely the more powerful of these two characters. While both Venom and Sandman are shapeshifters, and that is the essence of their powers, Venom has much more potential than Sandman, where Venom's powers are nigh infinite, Sandman's are much more limited. But the issue is, can Venom symbiote even
Get a-
attach to Sand?
get a handle on him.
That's always been the issue with these with Sandman is like how the crap do you work? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
no,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it would work, if I'm being honest.
So-
but I still feel like I need to go Venom because I don't see what I mean. Obviously, I see how Sandman could do something to Venom. Like I understand
there was
that, but
one
I-
alternate storyline where Sandman, this is a little graphic, actually went down Spider-Man's throat and flooded him out from the inside out.
Oh wow.
Who did that?
Sandman.
Sandman.
How do you
He
def-
went in through Spider-Man's mask,
Okay,
down
it
his
filled
throat,
him
and
up.
he exploded.
How do you defeat Sandman?
Water.
Water. I was gonna say, but okay. I thought about that, and I was like, is Venom's like smart enough to do that and figure that
To, like,
out?
lead him
I don't
towards
think
water.
so. Now, when he's fought Spider-Man, like if we're thinking like peak Venom, then you kind of said like Spider-Man, but like evil and probably more powerful and stronger. But Spider-Man can figure that out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's somewhat of a scientist himself, and he's really smart, so he could figure out the whole water thing. Venom, I don't think so. I don't think Venom can attach to him. So I'm going to go with Sandman.
But is the goo? Does that have any water in it?
I don't
Or
know
does
how
that have any
Sandman can
sort of
attach to
liquid?
Venom.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing that I got.
I'm going Venom.
I'm going
personally.
Venom.
I want to go Venom.
I want to
but
go
I just think
Sandman.
Oh, you want to?
Oh,
I'm going
Trev,
Sandman,
it
though.
comes down to you.
I might cry.
Not who's your favorite.
This is.
Yeah, it's not who's your favorite.
I think this
Yeah.
is. Oh yeah, I think this is the hardest for me so far.
yeah.
I think this one might be harder than Batman and Iron Man.
it
Know
is.
No, come on, stick with me.
Okay. All right.
Unless you don't want to.
Don't let him peer pressure you.
Yeah, no.
do what
whatever.
you want, I guess.
If you're feeling Sandman, go
But you
Sandman.
should
if you're
feel
feeling
Sandman.
Venom, go Venom.
No.
Between Sandman and Venom, I will give the edge to Venom.
Oh.
Okay.
Barely.
Barely.
I was about to lean that way too.
Oh well.
But I don't know. It's hard because it's Sandman.
Yeah.
That's That's just such a weird battle.
It is hard to
All right.
think about that.
Well, we got the
Oh, that was
semifinals
tough.
officially
that
now,
was
though.
so tough. That could go either way. All right, so yeah, semifinals are official. In the superhero bracket, we have Batman versus Wolverine, and in the villains bracket, we have Mysterio versus Venom. Let's do superheroes first, as we have been doing.
And
So, Batman.
Well, he wins.
Yep. Batman versus Wolverine. Different. DC and Marvel. So how well would Batman be
So-
prepared?
Okay, so here's the thing. Batman, they're in completely different universes. Let's just assume that they merged for some ungodly reason, and there is no preparedness on Batman's end because of the fact that he
doesn't
has no way of knowing who this guy is. All right, so let's say that there is no blah, blah, blah plan. Okay, we can assume that much.
But also,
I don't know. Like, you'd see him
but then he
walking
could-
around.
But then he
would-
could find a way to learn more about
Yeah,
him,
he would
though.
analyze him.
His Wolverine's equivalent would probably be like what, Slade Wilson, Deathstroke.
oh,
What?
If you're talking about raw power. And Batman could be Deathstroke.
Explain what Deathstroke is. 'Cause I don't
Deathstroke
think a
is
lot of people
essentially
know.
the like almost rip off of the Deadpool equivalent. Deadpool and Deathstroke, Slade
Oh,
Wilson,
that's
Wade
funny.
Wilson. They're like the same character.
All right, let's wrap this up kind of quickly so the,
The battery doesn't die.
All right. I
Dude.
would go Batman. I think I would.
I think Batman might not be prepared for Wolverine himself, but I think he might be prepared for different aspects of him. The strength part of Wolverine, maybe the not necessarily he's going to be prepared for claws or whatever, but stuff like that.
I got it.
What?
It's Batman. And here's
Batman.
why.
Because he's Batman.
If we think about all the villains that Batman has fought, they have majority of the time been psychotic and insane, or extremely ripped and strong and, let's
Bane.
be honest, kind of dumb.
Bane.
Bane. Who's Wolverine most like as far as like their villains? Bane. And I'm just gonna be honest. Batman would beat Bane most of the time. Now I know Bane broke Batman's back, but I don't know. I just feel like Wolverine is insanely strong, but also not very tactful. He has a lot of anger and sheer like immortality, and he just throws himself and tears through everything. But Batman, especially with the nature of his suit, which who knows, Wolverine may or may not be able to get through. We
He probably
could
will.
debate that.
Yes.
But I don't know. I feel like Batman would really have the edge here, especially like. Plus, we have to consider: is Wolverine being introduced to DC universe, or is Batman being introduced to Marvel universe?
Does it
Nah, no,
matter?
let's-
I don't think either way
I
would
think-
matter because he would see him. He would be prepared.
Well,
for
because
anything
Batman
he'd
wouldn't
give.
be able to have as much preparedness if he was going into Marvel's universe unexpectedly. I don't know. I feel like but that could be getting too far.
I'm
into it.
personally going Batman.
I am
I'm
too.
going Batman. Batman
gotta go
universe.
Batman.
Okay.
All right.
So Batman made it to the
Unanimous.
finals.
Yeah, Batman's going to the finals.
Do we even need to spend that much time on the semifinal for villains?
Mysterio and Venom. I mean, I don't think we need to rush by this.
No, let's
we
not
don't
rush
necessarily
it too
need to
quickly.
rush by it, but explain to me how Mysterio would win. How do you trick an
Whoa.
alien?
Actually,
What?
You went the completely other direction I was thinking of. I was thinking, how is Venom gonna win? Because
Actually,
he's so stupid.
I have a thought. Venom has
Venom
a
is
version
kinda
of
stupid.
Spider Sense.
Oh, he does.
Oh, and that's how Spider-Man beats Mysterio is with the spider sense. He figures out where he actually is.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Whoa.
how do you trick an alien with spider sense?
Well, I didn't know he had spider sense.
Well, I'm saying, how could Mysterio possibly get an illusion over Venom
Right.
when Venom has a version of Spider Sense?
That's
Plus,
very
would
true.
Venom even I mean, I know to some degree he would understand the illusion, but would Venom even?
If we're talking- He would.
depending on the illusion.
If we're talking about peak performance, I would say it would have to be
Peak
Venom.
performance
Yeah.
from the comics, from what I know, Venom would.
Yeah, just
definitely
I
would win.
Just this is one to where like I've liked Mysterio thus far. Just
Yeah, no, he's
I don't
done
know.
well.
I don't know how he's beating Venom.
Yeah, I think
not
we're
happening.
going with Venom.
All right.
Well-
All right, Venom is going to the finals to face
yo
Batman.
brains.
But shout out to Mysterio though; he put up a unexpected fight.
I know. I was.
Yeah, he really
oh,
did.
everybody?
I wasn't expecting that.
Mysterio.
Good
I
job.
know he didn't go up against the Joker himself, but he basically beat the Joker, Green Goblin, and Doc Ock.
Yeah, that's
good,
impressive.
Good for Mysterio.
All right. Oh man, this is insane.
Okay.
In the finals, we have Batman versus Venom.
Oh,
Batman
gosh.
versus Venom.
what a battle!
What a battle indeed. Yeah.
My question:
right.
how does Batman prepare for Venom?
Okay.
that's my big question.
Is it
'cause
fair to
this is the
say
biggest
sound and
question?
fire?
The-
Oh, he would totally know that.
oh, sound and fire. Oh,
He would have to figure that out.
he would have to figure that
he
out.
wouldn't-
Different universes, different
I
whatever.
guess because it would be an
wouldn't
alien, he
know.
wouldn't know that first. So the question is, would Batman survive long enough to then realize that he would need sound and fire, or would Venom win so quickly that Batman would never get a chance?
Is part-
That's the question.
Layton
Layton
just
just
had-
had-
I just
Layton
thought
has a
of
thought.
something.
Okay.
Okay, so let's. I'm trying to get in the mindset
Okay,
of Batman.
okay, get in there.
I'm
Get
really
in there.
getting in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
does that help?
yeah, it does.
Copyright strike.
Oh, whoops.
That won't happen. Okay, so I'm getting in the mindset of Batman. I'm thinking, okay, if it's an alien form, it has to have a weakness of some kind. So maybe he doesn't know like he doesn't know what sound and fire, but I'm sure he would in battle test them all out. He would have something where
would try
does
everything.
water affect it because he knows it's like an alien form.
Yeah.
So he would go through and test things.
I was gonna say initially when he just first lays eyes on him,
Yeah.
he's gonna know he's some type of
He's some
being
kind
or
of
a
something.
creature. Yeah.
So try
he's
different
kinda
elements.
Similar to
Oh.
Clayface in that sense, to where Clayface is very durable, very. You know who that is?
It-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That Evan and Zach didn't explain
I
him.
don't know who Clayface,
Clayface is essentially he was a guy and somehow got injected or turned into basically clay or goo. So he's a lot like Venom in that sense, where it's just kind of goo.
Messing with the elements
Yeah.
of
So
how
I
does
think
clay react.
Batman would treat that similarly. And try to solidify him and try different elements out on him.
Could Venom take over Batman
Yeah, that the thing
like he
that
did Spider-Man?
the thing that's holding me up from just going straight to Batman is because it makes sense how Venom has some obvious weaknesses. So I could see how Batman would be able to just be like, okay, these are the weaknesses. This is how you defeat them. My thing is, I feel like I'm not saying that Venom would. I feel like Venom has the potential to just take over Batman, defeat Batman very quickly if he gets a jump on him.
and his chin is open. I just realized that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's
his
all
chin,
about that chin.
his chin has always been exposed.
I have a thought though.
Okay.
Okay.
Presley
When
thought.
when anything attaches himself to Batman, and you've seen this when Batman's been knocked unconscious, Batman has an electric shock that can run throughout his suit. That would do some damage.
Yeah.
But wait.
That would get Venom off of him.
Wait. But we
Oh.
said that. Wait, but it was fire and loud noises. Has there been anything that says that Venom's weak to
Electricity.
electricity?
No.
No.
Then
It would affect it.
But
it would affect
that
them. I was
defeats
just
his
saying.
I mean, maybe-
argument of like, what if
Would it?
Venom attached himself to Batman?
So that wouldn't-
and took him over.
so that wouldn't happen.
wouldn't work.
So
I think so, yeah.
we also have to consider the fact that like, doesn't Batman have those bombs that he throws? Am I crazy?
He's got something like that. He's got.
Oh
some
yeah, true.
sort of
Oh, since this
firepower.
is an alien and not a human being, would he be okay with killing it? Would that break his morals?
That's a good question.
Because then,
Probably
if he
not.
had bombs, or no, but then he wouldn't have bombs. Well, oh yeah, but I will say, if you watch like the Michael Keaton Batmans or whatever, Batman has no morals in those movies. Batman kills a ton of people.
He does.
As he
Like,
should.
It's like it's so dumb to where it's like, oh, Batman doesn't kill people. Batman kills so many people in the Michael Keaton movies. He blows up so many bad guys, and specifically blows them up.
I have
So,
an
I mean-
answer.
Yeah.
Let's start this off.
Okay.
Taking Batman.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like he won't be initially prepared for Venom, but I don't think it'll take him long.
He'll adapt.
Yeah.
But we're also talking about who would win the battle, not the war.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like in the battle, he would have
In the
multiple
battle.
possibilities.
He's
Like,
prepared for anything that comes his way.
like how Presley prepares for every scenario
Yeah.
of an attack.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that Venom is like an alien form of Bane almost? Like the strength
Yeah.
part?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't say Bane.
I wouldn't say
Why?
alien
That's a weird
form of Bane.
analogy.
Why?
Venom definitely beats
Because Bane's not
Batman.
an alien.
Well, Bane beats.
That's why I said an alien form of Bane.
Yeah.
Of Bane.
Venom
Only
has
difference-
that strength.
I don't think it's far
Okay.
off.
The strength, but the mobility of someone else. Bane
Yeah.
doesn't have mobility.
Right.
Venom,
Venom
does.
is
Yeah.
slippery.
Yeah.
Because Venom's buff too, right?
Slippery. So he has more bonuses than Bane, but still, I'd go with Venom. The only reason we're saying that is because Bane's in the same universe,
I'm
right?
saying Batman.
I
Yeah.
think he barely tweaks it out.
All right. Well,
Just barely.
Venom
we,
would give.
we
a
already
good
have the
fight.
votes for Batman, so that means that
would say
Batman's the
Batman.
winner.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying Venom?
I would say Batman, but ever so slightly. Ever so slightly.
Same.
so slightly.
Wow, that was good.
I would agree.
All right, ladies and
Hey.
gentlemen, the winner of the second awkward games is Batman.
Oh yeah. So,
Batman.
so our two winners of the awkward game so far. Is it okay if I spoil the winner of the other
Yeah.
awkward? Yeah. So we have Bugs Bunny and Batman.
Who would win? Well, no, actually,
wait.
no.
I was gonna say if we do this enough, we could have like a winners tournament.
Yep.
Oh, that would be.
I would love
Yeah.
that.
We're not discussing that today.
No.
No,
In
no,
the
not
future.
discussing that
We
today.
gotta
But in
do
the future.
quite a few to
Yeah.
do that.
All right, that was
We'll get
that
there.
was fun. That
Maybe-
was
Awesome.
Maybe
That
like
was-
at our 100th episode or something.
that was tough almost every round.
Yeah.
That was a
I
really
know.
good
That
one.
was good.
Except
Yeah.
for Mysterio versus Venom. I'm sorry.
I'm
That-
kind
that
of
was
glad
easy.
we knocked out Wonder Woman when we did because I think she was overpowered.
But
I don't know.
I feel like Wonder Woman would have beat Batman.
Well, all right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was fun. We'll do this again. Comment some more topics for this we should do. This was, I think, probably a little bit of a longer episode. So if you stuck to this point, thank you for sticking with us to
Yes.
this point.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Make sure to tune in next Sunday. Get us to 1,000 subs, and you will have the opportunity to get some Awkward Tapes merch. So do that. So we'll see y'all next week. But until next time, thank you for joining us for a session of awkwardness.